Hello and welcome. There are some times when I wonder if maybe I should start watching the news. But let's face it, the news sounds something like this. Hello and welcome to local news. Dramatic music here. Today, we just want to tell you that everything's on fire, or frozen, or both, somehow. The corporations own you, and there's not a dang thing you can do about it. And now here's Jaina with a kitten. Thanks, Jaina. There has got to be a way for people with certain illnesses like anxiety or depression who find that the news is way too much for them to be able to get informed without finding themselves absolutely depressed, but also not baby talked, because no one enjoys it when they're spoken to like they're a moron. And YouTube tends to do this to the point where you cannot be blunt and simply say the thing. You have to say unalived and kniff and self-deletion and things like that, all of which makes you feel very childish and a bit stupid. And it's incredible how soft and how ridiculously tough it can be. How very awkward and frustrating the softer language can be, because euphemisms don't always stay euphemisms. See XKCD with the euphemism treadmill down in the description. And there are words that we now consider very, very, very foul and very insulting that were once considered the nice word, like moron. Or the one that starts with an R. None of this makes you feel like a grown-up when you're attempting to get things out or discuss things like disability awareness, or the news, or disabled people who lose their lives or get assaulted, and the risk that there is there for people with disabilities to be assaulted indecently and have to use, because SA'd, she was SA'd, doesn't really, you just feel like a moron. Sometimes the time has come to use the blunt language to say, hey, this thing happened, this absolutely awful, terrible thing, and not be penalized for using said language. And I know that the society we live in can be, but there is no need for dumbing things down. And all I can say is, if I've had to do that, I feel terrible, because I want to speak to you like your friends, not like your children. And if you are children, it's time to go to bed. And sometimes the language around here can get a bit uproarious, so maybe you probably shouldn't be watching. Good night, kid. Anyway, over the next few months, I'll be talking about dietetics and nutrition. I'll be trying out a few new products and letting you guys know how they work for things like hearing devices, foods, recipes, pet care, why pet care and disability can be a good thing, and why sometimes you gotta help yourself. You're loved.